It happens during the witching hour, that dead time of night when everyone is in a deep sleep and dark things come out from hiding to take the world for themselves. Sophie, an orphan, is wide awake. She peers through her dormitory window and spots something impossible. A towering, shadowy figure creeping down the street, blowing a long trumpet into a bedroom window. But as she watches, the giant turns and looks right at her. Before she can even scream, a massive hand reaches through her window, scoops her up in her blanket, and carries her off into the night at a speed that turns the English countryside into an unrecognizable blur. By simply looking out the window, Sophie has been violently pulled out of human reality. She is now trapped in a hidden, lethal ecosystem where human beings are nothing more than prey. But her captor doesn't eat her. Sophie has stumbled upon the one exception in this monstrous realm, the big, friendly giant. He is the only giant in existence who refuses to eat people. This scale chart reveals the problem. The 24-foot BFG is a runt. He shares his land with 9 50-foot violently hungry giants. Every night, they sprint globally to gorge on sleeping humans, spreading from Wellington to Baghdad, consuming them by the dozen. The BFG is entirely powerless to stop them. He spends his days hiding in his cave in isolation, surviving on a foul-tasting warty vegetable called a snozcumber, just so he doesn't have to partake in the slaughter. Sophie and the BFG are the ultimate underdogs. They have absolutely no physical power or political leverage, yet they are the only two beings on Earth who know a global massacre is happening night after night. Instead of hunting humans, the BFG hunts dreams. He catches invisible floating visions, bottles them up, and uses his long trumpet to blow the good ones into the minds of sleeping children. He can also craft specific visions. By selecting different captured dreams from his shelves, he physically whips them together in a large glass jar to create a custom, fully cohesive storyline. When the 9 giants announce they are heading to England to eat school children, Sophie realizes they can use this magic. She devises a plan, instructing the BFG to mix a highly specific, terrifying nightmare to warn the Queen of England. Sophie's intellect flips the dynamic of the entire story. She takes the BFG's quiet, gentle hobby and weaponizes it, turning a dream into an untraceable, high-level communication tool capable of bypassing every layer of human bureaucracy. The custom nightmare is engineered for maximum impact. It forces the Queen to witness the giants eating children and ends with a vision of Sophie and the BFG right on her bedroom windowsill. To deliver it, the two travel from the desolate wastelands of giant country straight into the highly populated, heavily guarded streets of London, eventually arriving at the gates of Buckingham Palace. Merging into the shadows to avoid patrols, the BFG reaches the Queen's window. He slides his trumpet through the glass and blows the crafted nightmare directly into the sleeping monarch's mind. Their entire plan rests on an enormous gamble. The fate of the world's children now depends entirely on whether a human ruler will wake up from a magical dream and treat it as actionable intelligence. The Queen wakes up terrified. But before she can dismiss the vision as a trick of the mind, she looks to her windowsill and sees exactly what the dream promised. A little girl sitting next to a massive giant. The tension immediately breaks into surreal comedy. The Queen orders breakfast for her guests, forcing the palace staff to build a dining table out of grandfather clocks and serve the BFG his eggs using pitchforks and garden spades. As they eat, the Queen summons her military commanders. She cross-references the bizarre details of her nightmare with actual urgent intelligence reports of people disappearing mysteriously in the night from various countries. The final proof arrives via a frantic morning phone call from the King of Sweden. He reports that dozens of his citizens vanished overnight, exactly as the BFG's dream warned. With that call, the alliance is forged. The sharp intellect of a tiny orphan has successfully united ancient hidden magic with the immense institutional and military power of the British Empire. The response is immediate. British Army jeeps and Air Force helicopters roar to life, following the BFG's frantic sprint back across the landscape to giant country. What follows is a tense, stealthy military operation. While the 9 man-eating brutes sleep heavily after their human feast, soldiers quietly move in to pin them down with massive steel cables. The mission nearly falls apart when the largest of them all, the flesh lump Peter, wakes up. He begins thrashing in a rage, ready to eat the soldiers, until Sophie and the BFG step in and outsmart him, allowing the army to secure the ropes. Fully restrained, the captive giants are airlifted beneath a fleet of helicopters back to London. They are dropped into a massive, inescapable pit, condemned to live out their days eating nothing but revolting snozcumbers. This entire heist is the ultimate manifestation of Roald Dahl's trademark literary theme. He consistently wrote stories where the smallest, most vulnerable individuals managed to outsmart massive, cruel bullies. The BFG proves that true power doesn't come from brute size or physical strength. It comes from bravery, sharp intellect, and having the courage to share your dreams with the world.